Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. You're welcome to Decenstitch. If you're a new subscriber or returning subscriber, you're welcome. Please kindly like, share, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you. To make my second type of dart, I already have my lines drawn out. Please check out the Bodice video if you don't know how to draw this. My under bust for my front piece is 14 inches. Now we're going to introduce under bust line. I'll mark 14 inches here. This dart is for people with big tummy, people that their waist is bigger than their under bust. This dart will give them a perfect shape, unlike the normal diamond dart. After getting the under bust length, now I'm going to draw the dart. My bust apart or nipple to nipple is 3.5 inches. I'm going to mark that on the waist. And also mark 3.5 inches on the bust point line. Remember, my dart stops 1 inch before my bust point line. For the front, the size of my dart, my waist dart is 1 inch. I'm going to put 0.5 on this side, 0.5 on the other side. At the under bust line, I'm going to mark 0.5 on this side, 0.5 on this side. So I'm going to have darts on my under bust and on the waist. I'm picking 1 inch on the two. Then I'll use a ruler to connect my dots. This is my second type of dart. As you can see, it's different from the regular darts. I'm going to get my bust measurement on the bust point length line. That is 9.125. My round under bust, 8.5 inches. Then my waist measurement, 8.625. As you can see, the under bust is smaller than the waist. So my curve for the side is going to be at the under bust. I can choose to come down 1 inch below the under bust to do the curve if I don't want it directly at the under bust. And this dart is also good for pregnant women who have big tummy. But if the tummy is not so big, you can come down 1 inch this way to put your curve if you don't want it directly at the under bust. So I'm going to connect this. You can see the way I'm maneuvering the ruler. Then I'm going to use French curve for this remaining part. I won't use a ruler. My side shaping goes this way. It looks totally different from the normal diamond dart. I prefer to have my curve down here because the tummy is not so big, like I explained before. If the tummy is big or the person is pregnant, you can put this curve at the underbust, directly at the underbust. But if the tummy is not so big, you can bring it down a bit. This is my front piece. This is how I do my second type of dart. For the side dart, if you're not using a side dart, this is optional. You can leave it this way without drawing this side dart I'm drawing. So my side dart is 2.5 inches. I'm dividing it into two, 1.5 at the upper part, 1.5 at the lower part, 1.25 at the upper part, 1.25 at the lower part. And the dart is going to start 1.5 before my bust point or apex. Please watch the bodice video if you have not, so you can have full understanding of what I'm doing. Now I'm going to raise this bust point line, which is the middle of my dart. I'm going to hold it at the tip of the dart, then flip it down as if I want to sew it. Like when I want to sew it, I'll pick it that way. This means that when I sew my dart, my side line will not meet. It will look funny. So I'm going to connect it using my ruler. Then use my tracing wheel. I'm going to trace the fold. I'll open it and use my ruler to draw what I just traced. This is what I'm going to cut for my side. I'm going to cut the new line, not the initial line. So when I sew my darts, it's going to meet with the lower part of the line. I'm cutting the other line, the new line. Now I'm going to cut it out. This is my front bodice for my second type of darts. This is for my back piece. I'm going to get my underbust length. Same underbust length for the front, which is 14. My underbust length for the front is 14 inches. Now I'm going to get my bust apart or nipple to nipple 3.5 inches on the waistline and on my bust point line, 3.5 inches. I'm going to draw my darts 1 inch above my bust point line. On my waistline, I'm going to measure 0.5 on both sides. I'll do the same at the under bust length. Then I'll connect my dot. This dart is very good for picking the excess at the under bust, so it makes your top fit better and follow your curve. This is the dart at the back. Now I'm going to draw the side line. So I'm going to get my bust 9.125, round under bust 8.5, waist is 8.625, remember for the front I came down 1 inch to draw my curve for the side, and this is optional. I already explained. I'm going to connect it. A light curve please for this part, then gently blend it in. I'll connect this to my armhole. The side dart for the front was 2.5. I'll mark where I placed the side dart for the front. Please, this part is optional. If you're not using a side dart, just use your bodice the way it is right now. Leave this part out. But if you're using side dart at the front, then you do this. So what I marked at the side, I'll mark it at this other side. 0.125 at the upper part, 0.125 at the lower part of the bust point line. Then I'll use dotted line to trace it out. I'm simply trying to locate the position where I put my front side dart. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this lower dotted line to the upper dotted line, making the back piece shorter than the front piece. Also, when you sew the side dart of the front, the side is going to be shorter than the back, so this helps for the two to balance by the side and also take out the breast space, because there's no breast at the back. We want it flat at the back. Now I'm going to connect my side line. As you can see, they are not going to meet, so I'm going to reconnect it with my roller. Now I'm going to cut it out. Please remember I'm using a marker so that you can see what I'm doing. When you're patterning yours, please use a pencil so that you can erase and adjust your mistakes. Ordinarily, I don't use marker to pattern, but I'm using this for the purpose of this video. And make sure you cut your lines straight and smooth. Make your work neat and cut on the line. Don't add extra to our measurements. Cut on the line. This is the front piece, this is the back piece.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please kindly like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and click the notification bell. Thank you.